Dzień dobry, Aleksandra.
Dzień dobry, Stefan.
I'm happy to be here, your guest in Warsaw at E.ON's headquarters.
Happy to have you here.
Yeah, it's really great to be in Warsaw, close to the river Wisła, and with so many colleagues. And I'm pretty aware that I'm not only in a city with that really is in a very good situation. So with people, lively people around, lots of places and restaurants and bars and working places, but also in a kind of center of Europe. So, so for me, Warsaw has always been on the map. But the current political situation even more puts Warsaw there. So it's a situation, so security situation, of course, but also in the economic strength of Poland. And you are kind of a role model for all of us in the other parts of Europe. And therefore, it's so interesting. And on the other hand, so every nation in Europe has its challenges. And therefore, I would like to ask you, how do you feel as a European citizen in Warsaw? How is your current mood?
I like to think about Poland and Warsaw that we are Central Europe. And I'm really proud to be European. I'm happy that we are in European Union so long. But of course now, in current situation, we are all cautious what it would be and how it would be with new situation in our political environment. So as you probably know, last Sunday we had elections, presidential elections, and we had two candidates. One of them was Karol Trzaskowski, the president of Warsaw. And he's pro-democratic, he's pro the European Union, and he believes in the European Union values. And on the second side was Karol Nawrocki, who won. And he's Eurosceptical, and I think with him there will be more Eurosceptical rhetoric in the public, in media, as well as more about the Polish severity, and I guess there might be some problems with European Union due to rule of legal and due to migration, of course, because it was strong point in his campaign.
So
I think it's too early to say what the outcome of election really means for Europe, because Karol Nawrocki will take his office on the 6th of August, so we still have time. And it's worth to remember that our government is absolutely pro-European Union. We have Donald Tusk in the front of government, so we hope that the collaboration between the European Union and us will still last, yes, and it will be good. But on the second hand, of course, Karol Nawrocki represents the part of Poland or the part of Polish voters who are more interested in sovereignty and also interested in disconnection with European Union. So we'll see how it will be, but now I don't want to prejudice anything because I think the presidential position can change too much in his behavior, yes, or in his opinion.
Well, I learned from reportings in German media, so people in the western part of Poland, in bigger cities, they are more in favor of Trzaskowski, and in the east and in the countryside, they are more in favor of Nawrocki. So you can read it from the numbers on the one hand, but is it so simple? So
we can divide the voters into different groups, but the fact is Karol Nawrocki won, and his percent of voters was 8.9%. And Rakot Trzaskowski, 9 candidate, I must confess. He won by 49.1% of both. And there is really a small margin, yes, between them, and the small margin shows how divided we are as a community. It's almost 50-50, yes. It's 1% of citizens only, more voted for Karol Nawrocki. And what I want to say that, of course, there is a division that Warsaw and also west of Holland voted for Rakot Trzaskowski, and rural places, especially on the east, voted for Rakot Trzaskowski. But I think Karol Nawrocki, sorry. But it is simplicity for me. It's too simple because also, more women voted for Rakot Trzaskowski. So women in Poland really save democracy. I think women really want to vote for somebody who will deliver some promises like a law, better abortion law, like democracy for women. So also the quality of salary and such things. Yes, so it's important for women to get better position, and women are very ambitious in Poland, and it's the second election were 3 women, and I must say, won for democracy, yes, because a lot of women went to vote for Rakot Trzaskowski. But Karol Nawrocki voters were stronger.
Yeah, but so the message is, as I understand, that it's not that simple. So the difference between cities and rural areas, and between east and west, but that you have a closer look. And I think this is also something that is really valuable for our work in our foundations. We will talk about that. So that is really worth taking a closer look. So on people, on their differentiation, on men, women, younger, older.
I want to add that men voted, usually young men, voted for Karol Nawrocki.
Yeah.
Especially, yes, young men, especially connected with Konfederacja, so very nationalist party. With total anti-immigration view on the politic, and anti-Jewish, and all this awful how to say sentences on the flags, But from the second angle, I want to say that also you can divide these people due to education. So more educated people voted for Rakot Trzaskowski. He is very well educated, as you know. He knows languages like French, English, and he's fluent in them. But also, Karol Nawrocki gained the voters from rural places, but as well as not were really well educated, even not finishing the primary school. So the most of his voters were like that, 70%. So it's really huge number.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And maybe we can turn now to your work as communications director at E.ON Polska and responsible person for the E.ON Foundation in Poland as well, Fundacja E.ON Polska. This is really interesting what you said about education. What do you think? What does this result mean, or the situation in Poland mean for your work in the E.ON Foundation, first of all? Because, you are focused on civil society, and you are the foundation of one part of an European energy supplier. Does it have any consequences or learnings for your work at the E.ON Foundation?
I think we are safe because we operate in Warsaw as well as in Szczecin. So these are cities, I think, which are mainly friendly and connected with European values. But of course, what worries me a lot, it's this division between Polish people, and division which caused really a small margin of voters. And I think the mood after elections really is noticeably split. So we will see, because I would like our community again be together. Rafał Trzaskowski was repeating in his campaign that he wants to collect people together and he wants to connect people.
And what he believes in, maybe.
Yeah, because he's really like cordial person, and he really is. He believes in in the values like peace, like common work for better good, for fairer country, and so on. And Karol Nawrocki never told this.
We have touched the work of the foundation, the Polish foundation already. And I learned from our cooperation that your work is focusing on science, culture, and health. Why these topics, and which role do they play in Polish society?
Yes, Stefan, you are right. We are focused on these three things: science, culture, and health. And of course, science really brings knowledge about the climate change and also helps to find solution how to solve it. So it's really important, especially while we are facing climate changes. And culture, it's really valuable because it brings people together. And also for me, and I think it's a fact, it builds community, yes, it builds society. And health is always a top priority for everyone. And we have, of course, many new challenges like connected with air pollution or with mental health. So I think these are three pillars which are important, and I'm happy that we focus on them.
Just to make it clear, so you are, as E.ON, you are a partner of the Museum of Contemporary Arts. What was your motivation to support the museum?
Our motivation to support museum was really strong because it's the new institution. It's a very fancy institution and it's very European institution.
And a beautiful building. A beautiful building.
Yes, and beautiful building shaped by Thomas Pfeiffer, from architect from New York. And of course, there are many discussions influent around this building. Like right wing says it's awful box, and therefore the rest it's really beautiful building. And it is in the center of Warsaw, and it is international, and it is it presents the best Polish art, which was connected like 30 years maybe. So really huge, strong collection. So we were sure that we want to cooperate with this modern Museum of Art, and especially we support Kino Museum. So it's a cinema and the museum in one, and it shows also art skills like performances or meeting with artists, as well as ambitious cinema. And it speaks a lot. The curator of this institution also invite many people who direct films about the climate change. So as E.ON Foundation, we cooperate with three partners. One is Serduszko dla Dzieci. So it is like Heart for Children, and Heart for Children works like 20 years in Prague. Prague is a part of Warsaw.
Praga. The other side of the river.
Yes, it's the other side of the river, and Praga many years was perceived as the worst district in Warsaw. So, but this Serduszko dla Dzieci cooperate with unprivileged, let's say in quotation mark, unprivileged children because of family problems. So we support them financially, but as well we make Christmas for them. We make like trips in an interesting place in Warsaw. So as it's very nice cooperation.
And are E.ON people volunteering for these projects?
Yes. Volunteering in Poland is really strong. It started with Ukrainian help, but now it's like we have 8 actions or even 10 sometimes during the year, and people love it. And e-player volunteering, it's quite democratic process because we our employees gave a kind of hints or tips for the institution they want to help, and then we vote. Yes, so we choose together the institution where we want to help. And
So maybe we can learn something from you at E.ON SD. So
yeah,
but
you're invited.
still under development.
Yeah, our communication team were in Etesia, so it's a place. It's also our partner for single mothers and women and the labor women, and of course with problems. So even we cannot say where this place is in Warsaw, but we as a team we made a special place with garden in this institution, around this institution, and yeah, we had a lot of fun during this date.
Okay, this is the second partner, or
Yeah, it was the second partner, and the third one is Ultra Krew. Krew means blood in Polish, and Ultra Krew is it's a organization which have to donate blood. So also our employees take action, and they try to give the blood for the people in need. So the tattoo can be made like half year before, so it's not so easy to be a donator of blood. And yeah, it's a third institution, but we organize also some running and competitions to help people in need. Like, for example, we have Sporty Mai every year, and we collect kilometers through May and June, I think, and we pay for institution we want to support.
I would like to come back to the cinema before, because so I was also impressed by that venue, this black box.
Yeah,
So it's really magic space.
the most beautiful cinema in Europe.
Maybe the most beautiful cinema in Europe is situated in Estland, you must know. Yeah, that's true.
I argue.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a Lichtburg. It's one of the oldest cinemas, but it's completely different. Let's say in terms of modern, contemporary cinemas, Warsaw is the most beautiful one, and in terms of historical cinemas, Essen. Okay, can we agree from that? And yesterday, at the 9th of June, we had an event together. We presented the results of the European survey together that was conducted by the E.ON Foundation. And this European survey had a focus on people, on the perceptions of people in 9 European countries. And we put a focus on Poland yesterday. So from the results on the results from this survey, and together with your CEO, Andrzej Mocylewski, and together with you and the KPMG expert, we could present the results to journalists. So you read the results of the survey, and so I can ask you which were the most striking insights from this survey, both with regard to Poland and maybe to the European perspective.
Some results were obvious, like people perceive Sweden or Germany the most engaged in energy transition. So that's true. So very good results, but some results really were striking for me, like Spanish people who believe in the safety of our systems. Is what
The tragedy is that.
I feel. So, as you said yesterday, I think the results next year will be totally different after this blackout. But also in Holland, some results were striking. Like people believe that we are pioneers of energy transition and we fight with climate changes.
What is the reason for that? So can you explain that?
I think, in Holland we speak a lot about the climate change, maybe not about climate changes, but about energy transitions and about nuclear energy. So there's a lot of narration like that in the media, and I think people believe that something is changing. Yes, of course, in my opinion, and probably another energy experts as well, it's too low, these changes. Yes, and we need to make it faster. But the fact is that energy transition is going. Yes, so it's happening at the moment. And at the same time, Poles really remain afraid of cost of transition. And so we think that we should make it in our own way. Yes, so a little bit slower probably than other Western countries because we are really late in this transition. So we must make it different way.
I understood that coal did not play such a big role in the.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising.
Yeah, because the coal miners unions are so strong in Poland, and we still support, coal in Poland a lot. So it was surprising that people do not want coal.
Or do not put such a focus on that.
Not put such a focus, but it still exists and it's still important for many people, as well as for our new president, Karol Nawrocki.
Yeah. And there was an other result. So yesterday in my presentation, I noticed for myself that it's really difficult to talk about CO2 prices. So we have one question in the questionnaire regarding these CO2 prices. And so we learned that 60% of population in Poland are in favor of CO2 pricing as the leading instrument for the energy transition. So when I say that, I of course I understand that from an intellectual point of view, but so what I want to say is that people have to be educated in order to understand the challenges of the energy transition. So my question is, so what role does education play for the energy transition? If people do not know, they can't understand, they can't support. So this is a situation.
Yeah, I think education is crucial in energy transition, and many institutions and as well as our foundation, really we try to educate children at schools, yes, and to make them aware what does it mean and what it is connected with new situation on Earth with people, but also I think in contrary, I don't to you because I don't understand this result. Really, this was surprising for me, and maybe people are not aware.
So should we run the European survey next year for first time? What do you think?
I think yes, because really the survey and these outcomes shape our strategy as E.ON, as a whole organization, and it's also confirm that we go in the good direction. Yes, so people are maybe a little bit tired of this climate dialogues and narration because of other threats, for example, from Russia. Yes, in Poland, but at the same way, they are still very very aware of climate change, and they want us as energy companies to support energy transition and to be more active into such initiatives. So we go in a good direction. It's on us to make new energy work.
Wow. Yeah, and we learn about the pain points. There are also pain points. For example, you mentioned it, the financial aspects, both on a personal level and in a political dimension, and so I think we need to be successful in making energy affordable.
Yes,
as the future.
that's a huge problem. I think not only on our level, but on the European level, how to make energy affordable for people, especially this in needs. And in Poland, of course, we do not have such salary as on the West in the West Europe. So it's really a huge problems for many people. And energy transition in the perspective of home really has sense if you have photovoltaic, if you have pump, heat pump, when you have electricity charger for your car and you have electric cars.
Cooperating on the European survey, but also now for the second time we are cooperating within the European Climate Fund. It was an idea we had together, and it is an initiative between the E.ON Stiftung, E.ON Foundation in Germany, the E.ON Foundation in Poland, and the Slovakian E.ON or ZSE Foundation, but is also a part of the E.ON group. So what makes this project so valuable for you, if it is an effect?
Yeah, I'm very happy of this cooperation. It's the second year we cooperate with each other. It's really good. I think what makes it special is a trust. We trust each other, but as well as sharing, knowledge, sharing experiences, and motivate each other, and just sharing ideas. It's really great, and I'm happy of this. But also, it's good to act local, but also in the European impact. Yes, so we as a free foundation can really make a difference. And every country chose 10 projects. So 10 projects, so 30 projects together, it really means something. Yes, there are local projects, many educational projects, but in the scale, it's really a huge change.
What did you relearn from the first edition? So what can you make better in the second edition that starts now, today?
I think we should focus more on civil cooperation in the local society, and I think I'm very happy that our new criterion is a cooperation between countries. So the projects which will be European are very valuable for us, and we will also, I hope, there will be such projects like from Slovakia, from Germany, and from Poland that are together.
Let's see.
Yes.
So we hope for it.
We keep our fingers crossed.
It really makes fun, and it's really it makes sense.
But I really like the idea that these people who got this money from us and could make this projects, and they are about to finish now, and they will have opportunity to meet and also learn some networking. Yes, networking, but also learn something from people who are better experienced, for example, in fundraising. Yes, it's really great idea.
So it is really an idea from our team, from Helena, in particular, the responsible project managers, to put more effort on this and this networking aspect, and on bringing people together, and in maybe giving them the opportunity to learn from each other, but also to give some input in their organization.
I think we are Europe in the nutshell. So that's great.
Yeah, okay, great. So last hours in Warsaw, it was a pleasure to be here.
It was the pleasure to have you here, you and Kalena.